Hey everybody, it's Meisterbloo here. I just decided I wanted to sit down, and it's still early in the evening, and I felt like just sitting down and watching some anime, so I decided there's a lot of shows that I have on my Crunchyroll queue that I have not even started yet, so I want to go through them. I want to go through those shows and watch the ones that I have there and do videos on the first episodes of each of them, so I decided that it's still early tonight. It's a Saturday night. I don't have anything going on tomorrow that I know of, and Thanksgiving break is coming up, so I have some free time, so why not just sit down and watch some anime and do some videos on it. So yeah, I decided to do that. I've got myself all cozy here. Got a blanket. I'm on the couch. I got my Vegeta and Ed as my viewing buddies for the night, and I'm ready to watch some anime. I apologize if the lighting comes out weird. This is like, I don't do many videos later in the day because in most of my videos I'm sitting by my window over there and the sun is my lighting because it works perfectly, I think. So if the lighting comes out awkward in this, I apologize, and if I notice it, I will try to do something better in the future, but as of right now, this is what I have, because I don't have ceiling lights because I took the bulbs out of my fan. I never use that light anyway. I put them in a stand over there and a lamp over here, so hopefully the lighting isn't that bad, and if it is, I apologize. But enough of the technical stuff. Let's watch some anime. So I just took a look at the first episode of the anime Daybreak Illusion. This one got me hooked because right from the visual I saw on the thumbnail for Crunchyroll, the style looked a lot like the normal Nipponichi Software video game style, like Disgaea, Mugen Souls, the Tales games I think are them too. They might be Bandai Namco, but I'm not sure. Those style of like really colorful anime characters. That's what the style of this show seemed like it looked like, so I immediately, once I saw that, because animation style and the look of the show is one of the things that can always draw me in. If it's something that immediately catches my eye, I'll likely take a look at it. So I immediately threw this one on my list the moment I saw the style that it had. And I was not expecting it to get, like, dark, and it seems like a show that is not afraid to get really dark. From what I can get from the first episode, the main character, Akari, that's the one. She is a fortune teller, the daughter of a prestigious fortune teller who passed away, I think a year or two ago, who had this big giant mansion with a group of fortune tellers, and that's how they made their living, I guess. This daughter seems to have inherited the gift that her mother had, and she is a really good fortune teller, especially using tarot cards and everything. We find out about her life, and she's living with her aunt and uncle and her cousin. I think it's her cousin. I'm assuming it's her cousin. It was the younger person living in the same house with her aunt and her uncle, so probably a cousin. She's living with them. The cousin is a school-focused student person, but not popular. She gets top ranks in everything, every subject, yet it's always Akira. Oh, it's Akari, not Akira. Akari, who's the one who's getting all the attention and all the love from her classmates and just the people in the town and everything, and this isn't sitting too well with her cousin. You see a really good progression of this person, like, just losing it, really. Not like coming out and saying that she's losing it, but you see it in her behavior and her posture and everything. You see that this girl is jealous and is not happy about the way things are. And apparently, I'm a little confused about this, but it seems like that unhappiness manifested into some sort of like demon beast that at some point in this episode tries to kill Akari. It's a really confusing turn of events that happen, and there's something that isn't really explained, and for those of you who want to watch this, I'm going to put a little spoiler thing up here, although, as far as I know, I don't know how much of a spoiler it is, because nothing happened with it, so just make note of the spoiler. This demon beast, like, because Akari's room is, like, decorated with plants and everything all over it, this demon beast, like, she wakes up in the middle of the night, and there's this big demon plant thing that's, like, trying to strangle her, and all of a sudden, one of her tarot cards activates, and, like, she kills it. Like, she turns into this really awesome fiery-haired girl and destroys the thing. But when all is said and done, she looks up and she sees this little flower thing that she gave her cousin, and her cousin's like just dead body, just bleeding out all over the floor. And then the next day, nothing happens. It's not even the next day. What they do is they like have it like relapse into the same exact day that literally just happened, but just without the cousin. And I have no idea. They haven't explained anything. I'm hoping that they will later on, because that's a really confusing thing to put in the first episode. But yeah, she goes through the rest of her day like, oh, I never had a cousin really, I guess. They never even mention her, which does... So it's not even like you can say she doesn't remember. I don't know if this is a later year or anything. I have no idea. All I know is that the same exact type of day is happening without her cousin. And then at the end, some big demon thing comes, tries lighting the mansion with all the fortune tellers on fire, and she turns into this magical girl with fiery hair, tries beating it, and then almost dies but gets saved by a group of others who are like, well, she did inherit her powers from her mother. So yeah, there's a lot of confusion with the actual plot in this first episode. A lot of confusing things that I really don't get, but I am thinking that, I'm hoping at least, that they will explain later on in the show. Moving on to the technical aspects, the animation was beautiful. It was really good, really smooth and just fluid. The characters are colorful, they pop out of the environment and everything. Really nice style going on for them, and like, I mean it when I say they move fluid. They move really, really, really fluidly, and that's something that I really love. Because I don't know who's behind this or anything, I don't know anything about this storyline or whatnot, but it seems like either A, they have really good animators in there, or B, they have a lot of budget to work with. The last thing I want to talk about with this particular episode of this show is that, my god, the music is gorgeous in this. The music was the best part of this entire episode. Throughout the entire thing, I'm listening for the different music, because once like the first 3 different tracks hit, I'm like, this is gonna be a great soundtrack. So every time the music would come in, I would instinctively just like listen in to like just absorb the music and whatnot, because I love good music in anime, and this one has really good music. Got like mixtures of piano, flutes. I heard an accordion in there somewhere, which I always love hearing accordions. Some of the songs sounded a lot like Harvest Moon music, and as might have known from previous anime that I've talked about that have had musical tracks like that, I love Harvest Moon's music. I really do love that stuff. It's calm, it's serene, but throughout this, there's something else I always also noticed. It's like the music was pushing this sort of like empty feeling, this weird, like, I'm trying to find the word to describe it, solemn forebodingness of the show. Like, the music didn't seem like threatening or anything. However, just listening to it, in the back of my mind, I'm like, is something bad gonna happen in this episode? And something bad happened in this episode. They did a really cool thing, like making the music ominous, but not ominous. It doesn't sound ominous, but when you hear it, you feel like something bad's gonna happen, and that's a really cool thing that they did. So yes, Daybreak Illusion Episode 1, really good go. I'm gonna continue watching this one eventually, and I'll likely, I don't know how many episodes it has in it, but I will likely do a video on it at the end after I've finished watching it, unless it just progressively starts getting horrible and sucks, and I end up not finishing it. I will of course have the link to Crunchyroll in the description. This is available for everybody, at least as far as I know it's available for everybody. It could be premium, but it doesn't seem like it. Most of the animes on Crunchyroll are free to anybody. It's just if you have an account, you don't have to put up with ads, and you can watch high qualities, and you could do all sorts of nifty things. Of course, I've got the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Hummingbird, all of which have links in the description. You can go there, you can chat with me about anime or video games or anything you want. And if you have any thoughts on this first episode of this show, or the show in its completion, I just ask don't put any spoilers in the comments section, please. But if you want to talk about it, feel free to in the bottom, I will respond. Until next time, everybody, peace out.